everyone. Welcome back to more Gemini Pro 1.5 shenanigans. In my last video, I gave you a little taste of how to use Gemini Pro and 1 million tokens. And in that video, I put out a call out to everybody watching my video to see, do you have any ideas? What would you like me to test with Gemini Pro 1.5, since currently it's still in whitelist and not a lot of people have access to it. Luckily enough, we had a follower who actually had a great idea. Now, the idea itself was to test chat using a comparison between Gemini Ultra and 1.5. Now, unfortunately, we can't test with Ultra because Ultra is super duper top secret, and anybody that has access to it isn't going to be able to put it live on a video. So I decided to do a comparison between Gemini 1.0 and 1.5. Now, his idea was to test adding lots of content to the chatbot and just figure out when it would start to forget the context. And unfortunately, I didn't feel like sitting around chatting to a chatbot trying to get it to forget stuff. That's something that you could probably programmatically do with an API, but right now we don't have the API. So yeah, I'm still dealing with the broken wrist, so I can't type in a chatbot for half an hour, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. Maybe in the future once I get the cast off. We'll see what happens. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to have a pizza chatbot competition. Our contestants will be given strict instructions that they are a pizza chatbot ordering system and will only be responding to pizza orders. We will be testing our contestants on their ability to respond to prompts accurately and not to make up information and hallucinate. We will be testing taking orders, changing orders, updating orders, and attempting to change pickup times, as well as a few other curveballs that I come up with. As the self-appointed judge, jury, and executioner for the first official AI pizza chatbot tests, I will be the one making the decision as to whether or not a hallucination deserves a point or not. You will see why shortly. Now let me introduce you to the contestants. On the right side of my screen, we have Gemini Pro 1.0 as the current reigning champion pizza chatbot, probably because it's the only one currently publicly available. On the left side of my screen, we have Gemini Pro 1.5, the white-listed, currently known for its sloth-like speed and ability to kick out random 500 errors, quota issues, and really strange security kickouts. I wish our contestants luck and let the contest begin. Let's start with our initial prompt. For our prompt, all we're going to be doing is giving it the name of the restaurant, the address of the restaurant, and telling it's a chatbot and that it's only allowed to do orders. Now we're going to run them both and see who's faster. Well, there. 1.0 returned faster. Actually, it turned almost twice as fast because it took 10 seconds to get data back from Gemini 1.5. Okay, let's check for hallucinations now. If we check both of the responses, they're both making up types of pizzas. So I think that we can pretty much say that they're both hallucinating extremely here. So I'm going to deduct each one a point for hallucinations, but I'm going to give Gemini Pro 1.0 a point for speed because it was twice as fast. Now, let's place an order and see what happens. Okay, let's place an order for a pizza and see what happens. All right, I think they pretty much tied on response time. But if we check the responses, while Gemini Pro 1.0 did hallucinate by saying it was inserting an order number, Gemini Pro 1.0 went much further with its hallucinations. It's saying that the team will verify pickup and it's got to continue to the order. Yeah, no. But let's do some verification here. Let's see if it's remembering the orders by asking it what I ordered. Now, Gemini Pro 1.5 seems to have come back very quickly on that. By 1.0 seems to have come back a lot slower. And it's still telling me to proceed to checkout, which is again another hallucination in my opinion. Then we'll ask about, when am I going to pick it up? Now, 1.5 threw an error, but again, it was correct. And 1.0 seems to have responded rather decently, except it's, again, wants you to proceed to payments. So I guess they really want to pay. So how are we going to rate this? Well, speed-wise, I think they're a tie. But I still think 1.0 is having some issues with hallucinations. So let's try the next test. Let's ask it to add something to my order. Well, they both seem to have been able to handle that pretty well and came back within reasonable amounts of time. Now, what about our hallucinations? Are we still hallucinating? I don't know. I think 1.5 seems to be doing really well. Again, they just added it. And 1.0 seems to really be stuck on pickup instructions and payments and order numbers. I don't know. I think they're pretty even on that one. So let's double check that they saved it. What's my order again? And again, very nice. They both seem to have picked it up. Now, 1.0 seems to want to give me a total, which seems a little strange, but okay. And again, the payment method. So 1.0 is stuck on, I don't know. 1.0 really wants you to pay for it, I guess. While 1.5 seems to just be handling it with the minimum finesse. I don't know. So what else can we try? Well, how about we try changing the order next? What if we change the order? Instead of a pepperoni pizza, we're going to go for a sausage pizza. Can it handle that? So here we go. 1.0 came back a lot faster. 1.5, maybe a little slower, but not bad. They both seem to have handled the update in the order, or the change in the order rather, which is kind of interesting. That was nice. Again, 1.0 still wants me to handle, but at least it's consistent, right? I guess maybe, I don't know. So this seems to be doing rather well. Again, we check the order and it has saved my order, which is perfect. So what else could we do? How about we ask it to change the order time, the pickup time? I want to pick it up in 15 minutes instead of an hour. Can it handle that? Let's see what happens if we tell it we're going to pick it up in 15 minutes. Can it remember that? So here we go. And off they go to the races. And they're both thinking. Now, apparently 1.5 says, no, we can't pick it up in 15 minutes. It takes approximately an hour for a pizza. And 1.0 also says it takes time to cook the delicious pizzas, and you cannot pick it up in and out in 15 minutes. It's a max of 45 minutes, or a minimum of 45 minutes, which, now that's definitely a hallucination. I mean, I don't think it normally takes me 15 minutes to pick up a pizza. I mean, a 15-minute to pick up a pizza was pretty reasonable, I would think, unless they're crazy busy. So let's start asking it stuff about the specials. Can it figure out what the specials are? Now, here's interesting. 1.0, complete hallucinations, totally made up. 1.5, on the other hand, says it doesn't know and that you should call. Well, I can verify that that number is not the number for friendly pizza. That's a hallucination. But the rest of it, I like that. I like that response, that it can't tell you, please call. And that can actually be fixed by tuning the prompt later, giving it a phone number, and then it will be able to do that. So now again, let's try and ask it if they have vegan pizzas. And again, 1.0 hallucinates, while 1.5 says, nope, can't tell you that. I don't have that answer. Now, what about if we ask it for toppings? What are they going to do? 1.0, again, total hallucinations. 1.5, no hallucinations. Now, this is what I think really surprised me with this test, was that I've heard everybody saying that 1.5 is terrible with hallucinations, while from what I see, it's actually a lot better than 1.0. So this is actually really impressive. And Alan, if you're watching this, what do you think? I want to hear your thoughts on this. So again, I start asking it some more stuff to see if I can get 1.5 to hallucinate. And it just, it did with the delivery range. It told us that we don't offer delivery, which, again, that's a hallucination because I didn't tell it that. It doesn't know that. But it doesn't know the opening hours, and it admitted to that. So that's good. So I don't know. Speed-wise, these are coming back about the same, in my opinion. So that's not bad. But again, I'm going to say that 1.0 has completely failed this test. It has hallucinated on more than half of my requests. So for that alone, I think we are going to say that in the pizza bot trials of 2024, that Gemini Pro 1.5 is the winner for PizzaBot. Now, I decided to do some additional testing. I tuned the prompt a little bit, gave it some opening hours, gave it a phone number. And as you can see, 1.5 is doing even better. So you could definitely improve the initial prompt and fix any of the issues that 1.5 had with hallucinations. Give it a function with an endpoint and give it daily specials, or, give it a list of what your toppings are, and 1.5 will be fine. Whereas even giving 1.0 a tuned prompt, it then all of a sudden started coming out with emojis, and we didn't ask it to do emojis. So I don't know where those all of a sudden came from. So, well, I guess that's it for this, because this video is going on 15 minutes long. So, again, final outcome of Pizza Bot Chat Challenge. I think we are still going to say that Gemini Pro 1.5 is the official winner. And I am Linda Lawton, and that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please remember to like, subscribe, and again, comment if you have something you would like me to test with Gemini Pro 1.5 or any other Google stuff. You know I'm here for you. Have a nice night. Bye.